Hey everybody, we got the hydraulic unit off of the tractor up here on the bench. We're going to start tearing it apart. And take the pump off of it, take the pump apart, see what kind of shape it's like inside. First thing I'm noticing here, you can see some weld in here, and also you can kind of see there's another crack right here. It looks like this thing may have gotten water inside of it, or inside the hydraulic unit, and frozen up and busted it in several places. So that may be more the root of our problem with the hydraulics, than the pump itself. I don't know. We shall see. I don't know if this will be savable or not. Well, I got the pump off and got the side cover off of it, and sorry, I'm looking at what I'm looking at, not looking at the screen. She's pretty rough inside. You look in here, that used to be a needle bearing. Oh well, it still is. It's got one left in it. So yeah, she looks a little rough. I have to clean those up and see how far under they are. I'm gonna start taking the rest of this apart, and I think what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna try to strip everything down until it's just this plate, and then I'm gonna make a cover. I think I'm gonna make cover plates to bolt on here and seal everything up so I can pressure test it and find where all the leaks in this are, and see if it'll be fixable or not. So for anyone who's never seen one before, and that includes me, this is what the inside of an Oliver hydroelectric hydraulic unit looks like. Remember how I said something about water? Yep, she's still got water in it. So apparently she sat outside at some point. The boots on the levers were both split. So yep. This is kind of a neat setup, but I don't know. I don't plan on using the electric part of it anymore because I don't have Oliver cylinders that are compatible with it. So I don't plan to hook that up again, but it is kind of neat to see. Okay, it's actually been several days since I've been at this. Just haven't had time, but I got the base plate for the hydraulics all cleaned up, and we're going to work on making our block off plates so that we can pressure test this tonight. How we're going to do that, I've cut a couple pieces of steel, and how we're going to mark our bolt holes, I've got this little tool right here. This is actually the holder for it. Unscrew the cap off the end. And then these are called transfer screws, if you've not seen them before. They make them for different thread sizes, and then this is not only the holder for it, this is also the tool to install them with. You screw them into your holes, threaded holes, and you just leave you screw them in far enough so that the point just sticks up above the top of the surface. So we've got 4 holes, so we'll install one of these in each space. And then once you get them all installed, you lay your piece of metal over top of it and then smack it with a dead blow hammer, and then it leaves a mark where each of your holes go. Which it won't leave a very deep mark. You'll want to go back and hit it again with a real center punch. But that's what these are for, is just for marking the hole locations. So once you get all 4 of them set where you want them, or however many you need, and we'll grab our piece of steel, lay it on here about where we want it, and then now we've got 4 nice little impressions there to mark where our holes need to be. Okay, we've got our plates made. I didn't take any video of making the plate for the bottom, but here it is. I couldn't use my transfer screws on these, so I just had to measure out where the studs and the dowels were and lay that out on the plate. And then I've got another hole down here that is tapped for a pipe thread and has an O-ring around it that we use to seal this hole, and then the pipe thread we'll use so that we can access that hole to pressure check it. So start for this one, we'll put our O-ring in the groove, just lay it over the studs. That should take care of the back side. Here on the front, all of these O-rings are all standard sizes that just came out of my assortment. Everything on this side is the same size. So we'll just put an O-ring in each spot. And we will set our plates in place and just bolt them on. Okay, I've got this set up so that I can pressure test this first hole. This is the main supply from the pump. Obviously I'm going to test it with air. I can't test it to the same kind of pressure that it's going to run at, but I've got, there's glare on there. I've got 110 pounds of air, so surely that's enough to see if there's a leak or not. You can see that what looks like a crack here better. You can't see it on the other side, and where it's at, I'm not sure that there's actually anything on the other underneath of it as far as a oil passage, but we'll see what happens here. I hear something. Oh, that's the I do hear a leak, but it's coming from down there where the pressure relief is, so that should be fixable. Well, I've decided to move on to something else because I can't get that pressure relief valve to seal up. Got a little leakage there around the fitting. I'm not too worried about that right now. I'm mainly just worried about looking for leaks in there. That looks good right there. Yeah, I took the pressure relief valve out and I lapped it, and it didn't seem to, it actually got worse, so I'm not sure what I'll have to do with that, but anyway, this is the general idea of what I'm doing. Just putting pressure to it and seeing if I got bubbles anywhere. I got a little leak right here. This is in the return oil passage. That's not good. That's one of the spots where it's been welded already, obviously. Well, I can't say that this has been overwhelmingly successful. We have proven that we have still have a leak here. I talked to one of the welders at work a few days ago about if he'd be interested in checking this out, and that was before I pressure tested it. He said he thought he could weld it up. We'll have to see. I'll have to take a die grinder and a burr and gouge some of that out, get down to where the original metal's at, and hopefully we can get this to seal. So I'd really like to use the original hydraulic setup on this tractor, but if it's not going to work, it's not going to work. We'll have to come up with something different. So I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully we can get this to seal up and keep moving forward, but we'll have to see. Anyway, if you're still here, thank you all for watching, and hope you all have a good one.